Yes, it is. I'm going to go up there as soon as this thing clarifies here. And, I just move that forward. There, I found a new trick. Okay, Brian, this is where I introduce you. Get ready to be embarrassed. Am I framed okay in this thing? Is that all done? Oh, thank you. If I go like that, what if I go like that? Yeah, all right. Rather than move anything else, I can move me. I'm a movable feast around here. Brian Doherty over here. Now, I have to tell you, I met him here. He came here. He was traveling to the United States from across the pond. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And he came and I thought, wow, what a great guy. He reminded me of
Leonard.
Huh?
Leonard Irving.
Leonard Irving, because Leonard Irving had a great Scottish brogue, and he was very exact in his language and had a good sense of humor, just like you. And I thought, wow, that's great. And I said, come back, and he did. And then I found out he was traveling and he couldn't come back, and I wanted to do a feature, and he said, well, we'll work it all out. So we did emails back and forth, and he is now here before our very eyes. A really good sense of humor, polished language. He really knows how to make one word follow the next and has the space in between and gives the words respect that they are due by framing them in silence or as needed. It's a beautiful, beautiful voice you're about to hear. And I don't need to say anything more because he is about to demonstrate the skills and worthiness of his craft. Brian, come on up here and give him a really round of applause. I'm going to set the microphone like this. Make sure they are correct. And you got to like reflect right into it directly. Is that good? Let me make sure you're framed here and there. Oh, look at that. You're like, you're in. I'm just going to move right in a little bit. Boom. There you go. Now just get really close to it because it'll carry better if you do that. And
a little bit lower, half an inch lower.
Yeah, and then just get even like very close there.
Okay, that sounds good. And thank you for such a lovely introduction, Dan.
Well, I appreciate you. You appreciate it, so it's very good.
Right, I'm assuming I'm good for about 20 minutes, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Right. The president's brain is missing.
You don't say.
Real news, fake news, AI generated, whatever. Your friends in state security offer sincere advice. Don't mess with the Donald. He'll remember you. You could find yourself disappeared on the way to Walmart or Tesco and wake up in Camp Delta or somewhere not on the map. Your money no good. He is self-made, self-starter. No one pulls his strings. This billionaire businessman is in construction. He knows where the bodies are buried. He knows where you live. We have read and edited your emails. Your Facebook page can be updated with juicy photos. Free speech, one each. Who's first into our studio? If you're thinking of coming to the land of the free, we'll meet you at the airport. What's the purpose of your visit? Whatever we say, Fatima and Ali. Oh, we didn't tell you. You've been reclassified. Your entire life rewritten by one of our interns. You, your family, friends, are whatever we say. Now, as you know, we carry out regular medical checks and any necessary procedures on all public figures. You thought Men in Black was fiction? For the record, the president's brain is not missing. It has been replaced by Chinese red cabbage. It looks just like a real brain and much tastier. China has eaten America's lunch, bought the franchise. We invented money but prefer modern methods. Promise the president does not have a made in Taiwan tattoo. Thank you. This next one has an epigraph from the medieval Persian poet Rumi in English. The heart is all the substance. Sound of the heart. It's what we start out with, what we'll end up with, and everything in between comes from our brain or our tongue, whichever reacts quickest to whatever is going on. And how much trouble will we get into because we do not listen to our heart, or our brain and our tongue work at different speeds. And on the days brain and tongue work together, will we look in the mirror and say, how clever am I? How good am I to receive this gift, whatever it may be, instead of looking into our heart, saying thank you, and not saying anything foolish. Even monkeys know when to stop their chatter, know when action or silence is needed. They can act out their lives without speech, playful, loving, violent, but never able to lie to each other. We make lawyers and politicians our leaders, talk and talk and talk, and none of it from the heart. Thank you. Now, as I mentioned to just about everyone I meet, I was born in Glasgow, Scotland. I lived in North London for about 40 years. Moved to a little seaside town on the south coast of England about 2 years ago. And I've been going round the local art galleries to the private views, because you get a glass of wine, you can look at the paintings, talk to the artists. So quite a bit of what I do is responses to artwork. And I came across a painting by Hans Tisdall called Fisherman's Hut. My response is exchange. They call me the Birdman of Hastings, but I never set out to collect them or offer them a home after the... I'm going to start that one again.
Yes.
They call me the Birdman of Hastings, but I never set out to collect them or offer them a home. After the first few, I built them little homes from driftwood. So they come, keep me company, and I am glad. I spend my life taking fish from the element and never regret it, because that is my mission. But seagulls are not welcome here. They're louder and greedier than the excisemen, and will rip open every bag just to see what is there and never stop. My birds ask nothing of me, take nothing from me, give me peace in return, the sort of exchange I like. They bless my boat, never follow me out to sea. They could, if they chose, live in a garden in town, or try their luck with any other fisherman, but no, here they are, all around my little hut, here to stay. Yet how short our lives between tides and moons, so many friends I can never name aloud again, empty chairs in the pub, obituaries I can never read. If one day I'm lost at sea or fall asleep in my chair, I hope my birds will stay here and be welcomed by whoever takes my boat, my hut, and my chair. Okay. And this is a response to Another painting by a local artist in Hastings called David Reeve, Abandoned Boat, Dungeness. And my response is lugger. We are abandoned here, but not desolate. Some of us choose to settle by the sea. Others were washed up or stranded here, came for a day or a weekend, just never left. Maybe that's what happens in every desert from Gobi to Sonora. People drawn there by inherited memory of a phantom sea. But we pilgrims are called to the real thing. Perhaps some ancestor crewed a lugger, Galway hooker, dhow or Viking longship, and here they are, friends and neighbours, each with a story taller than a tea clipper. We love our desert, tolerate Dungeness too, don't mind the tourist or Derek Jarman fans who ask us if we knew him or were extras in his films, and we never disappoint them. If we tell them this lugger was Mr. Jarman's to catch his dinner menu with his own hands, and he gathered samphire and dulse as garnish, why would they not take our script as gospel? And if one of us says, I was his boy ashore, they can make of that what they will. We won't say he worked the winch. We are local colour, salty dogs, enacting 1,000 years of history. And I'm going to...
Oh, this is an important aspect of his presentation. Isn't that one of your books?
This is number 6. It's a signed, numbered, limited edition as a fundraiser for a local hospice where I live. And if I can reach out to this. Oh, page 35 looks plausible. Oh yes. Oh yeah. In my trips round the local art galleries for the private use, there is a terrific exhibition of monochrome photographs, and a photographer called Chris Shore made a photo called Exit to the Sea. My response is survival. If Manannán Mac Lir, or the sea god of your choice, has a sense of humour, allowing this slipway to survive could be a prime example of why you should pray or make suitable offering to them every time you even think about going to sea. How strong this footing looks, yet how easily it could be ripped away, even as you look on or just as you set foot there, and whether you are washed away or live to tell some tale in the pub later is entirely at the God's discretion. Maybe you or your forebears have set off from here from generations, and mostly, but not all, returned safe with fish or cargo or flotsam, until, while you slept or mended your nets, the very stones you depended on eroded too slowly for you to notice, until one day you looked down or your foot said, wait, and you stand, look again, look out to sea, offer an earnest prayer you hope will be heard. Okay, we will go back to these. There's another local artist called Andrew Harpston who did a piece called Bottle Alley, which is down by the seafront in Hastings, and some of the local homeless like to sleep there, because sleeping on the beach in English weather is not recommended. And Any of you who are Blind Willie Johnson fans will recognise the title and the first line. Dark was the night and cold is the ground. Every time in Hopeless Town, not by your choice, maybe not even by parents, bosses or landlord's choice, but just because. Once you're out in the darkness, where the stars do not shine for you, and there is never a scent of jasmine or bougainvillea, that darkness claims you. You will carry it in your heart, walk in a cloud of darkness wherever you go. If you are lucky, you will be known and accepted by your new peers. Maybe Golden Gate Park's homeless colony will say, "Hey brother, sit with us a while." Or Market Street will give you a new name and say, "That used to be Tom's doorway." On the number 6 bus from Market to Haight, you will listen to a tourist tell his new friend about the climate in Hastings or Glasgow. "Oh man, that sounds mean." That place, Bottle Alley, is too familiar. You know how things could end there. Anyone putting coin in your cup goes home, won't give a little more tax to save your life. And I suspect, like a lot of people here, I grew up listening to Robert Johnson and a whole bunch of classic blues, sometimes by the originals, sometimes by people like Eric Clapton who wouldn't pay the damn royalties. Crossroads. Like Robert Johnson, I am standing at the crossroads. I don't think I sold my soul for guitar mastery. Who knows what I or my doppelganger just did? And what the aftershock might be. My debts for 7 years, a lifetime, or eternity. For this day, a good band, decent food, and some loving please. It's not yet dawn, not even grey yet. Who knows what traffic might flow through from any of these roads, or if I might get run over by rednecks. I'm frozen to this spot, but won't risk those dark fields, unknown hazards. If I accept a lift, who takes me where? Or maybe my journey ends in a ditch. Soon the sun will tell me east from west, show me a choice, which road to follow into a town that I hope is friendly, a train or Greyhound bus to take me somewhere. Don't say hope is for fools, or my heart will show me the right road to follow. But if a 57 Cadillac Eldorado slows down for me, I will climb in gladly and sit back. I've got another 3. Yeah, that's good. Right, this is another Hastings poem, What the Beachcomber Told the Pub. This time the bottle found me, not on St Leonard's shingle at low tide, but blown over my garden wall by the hurricane that drove the highest tide of the year so far, and only just missing my head. The seagulls shrieked, wished me good luck. It mimed clawed glass, darkest red, almost plum purple, had a stopper, string, dimpled bottom, and a roll of paper I almost missed till the last of the afternoon light shone through and said, "Open me now," which I did and read these words. I be on the dry Tortugas, cast off by Captain Teach, unjust, wicked, water, fool, food, tools, none, God rot him. He likely be at his old berth. If you know me, send a boat, but sink him first. Tell my best gal, I love her true, mean to be back. These be my true words, so help me. No signature, no date, nothing else. The bottom of this little roll of paper, ragged and stained as if torn from something larger or eaten by crabs. And maybe that was our pirate's fate. I hope he got lucky or got the end he wanted. This next one has an epigraph from Paul Dirac, who got the Nobel Prize in 1935 just for being French. And this is what Mr. Dirac said, amongst other things. Pick a flower on earth and you move the furthest star. The bluest flower. That was how the Gaia hypothesis was explained by a star pilot from Proxima b who crashed near Roswell and lived to tell his tale to me. He thought he was talking about the mathematics of gravity, but after a few beers and 2 burgers, I knew better, and then the band started playing. By the time they played the Tennessee Waltz, he was weeping into his beer and turning it blue. Well, the cowboys just watched us for a while, then turned away, but not before one muttered, "Suppose they'll be doing a shadow dance next." When the singer announced he'll have to go, we took the hint and climbed into his shuttlecraft, which mimed a '57 Cadillac Eldorado perfectly, and rolled sedately past the highway patrol. Yeah, don't worry, my cousin works for them. He was an extra in Men in Black. I can talk the talk. I nearly said, yeah, but can you walk the walk? He wept again when we drove up to my uncle's cabin and saw the prettiest field of blue flowers, blue and bluer. We talked of Blue Street till sunup. Then we sang Hank Williams' I Saw the Light and swore we were friends for life after learning both of our wives are buried under Blue Meadows. He drove to Towers, where spare parts are disguised as trash art, his last words. A blue star in your dreams signals, I hope there's some cold beer in your fridge. Yeah. And I'm going to finish with another piece from this little book. And oh yes, this is another poem set where I live, on the beach. We walk, we crunch the shingle, listen to what the waves tell us, pick up string, fragments of fishing net, bottle caps, lager cans, socks, singular, possible underwear, plastic binding, burnt paper, toy squids, lip salve, 5 feet of plank, and so much more that went into our good deed sack. So many stories, picnics, family or friends, barbecues, drinking sessions, lovers by moonlight, dawns, casual encounters, strollers with wet dogs, people who heard the mermaids singing, smugglers, ordinary jetsam from fishing boats, yachts or tankers, anyone who left the evidence behind, all good or bad, depending on your eco-sensitivities, but the burnt paper could be a woman making resolutions for a new year. Write it all down, light it up, old life goes up in smoke. or a man initiated into a local family of the honoured society, a made man, his old life burning away in his hand. Tomorrow it will all look different, never the same sea twice. What happens under the waves can stay there, please. The shingles patterns a wild Zen garden. No need to know which unseen hand wields the rake. Be grateful your dreams fade out with the ebbing tide, and if not, walking meditation will clear your head. Thank you very much.
And we're going to take a 10-minute break. We got a second half. He's going to read some of the people in the second half. Yeah.